All right, we're back. Sorry for the technical issue, the brief technical issue. But one thing I do want to
Eugenics
remind,
Eugenics was
right?
taking up too much CPU power. It
Yeah,
killed it.
sorry, y'all. Eugenics was eating up too much of my CPU. OBS is like, you got to pick something.
Tisk tisk. Well, I will remind everyone here while we're waiting that I haven't actually closed the survey yet. So if you still want to do your survey to qualify for the RP prizes that'll be drawn at the end of the night, that's still a possibility. We'll be doing that after the stream wraps up. So look forward to that if you have played in our league. Looks like they're almost done finishing up the draft. Now, I will be interested to see what picks come out from Gaijin now that his Shen and his Nautilus have been taken by Fearless. The Sejuani may end up being banned now that those two are gone to put him on something else. We'll see if Maple goes to his AV champs, which he has been done very well on this season, and a few picks we might see slip through the cracks if the bands change. Things like the York might come through. I doubt we'll see Lysandra. Although now that they are on the other side, there is always the possibility to first pick it away. Um, although I guess we'll just have to wait and see what they do. But um, anything you want to see tonight? Any signature picks that you think could slip through?
Let's see here. We got honestly, Moens might go for the was it? No, it was Psy. I seen Psy play some Malzahar mid before, and that can be a pretty big threat. Because let's be honest, we all do not like getting hit by that Malzahar R. It just feels like you're taking a lot of damage for a lot of time, and that could that could be detrimental if that gets played on either side, really.
Funny you do bring that up because Moens and Sahiro both have had Malzahar games this season.
Okay, that's what I
Um,
thought they did. I was pretty sure they did.
they they could look to continue targeting Sahiro's champ pool, or they could look to pivot away towards bot lane as they seem to have done very well bot lane, so they might want to keep that up and target more of DRK's champ pool, which will be like um, Misfortune, and for Aspen Moth, they they seem to gravitate more towards enchanters and mages, so we could see like a Yumi ban or Morgana ban.
There we go. Let's see here. Aspen
I'm
does
trying.
play some Morgana, so I could see a ban on that happening,
Yeah,
possibly.
Morgana's always a good champ to deny your enemies potential engages that they might want to take, as well as just make them rethink their lives while they're stuck there for eternity under that queue. I do hope to see some more signature picks. Tilter is also quite the misfortune player, so they could look to first pick it instead of banning it away. And we'll see if DRK has an answer into that.
Yeah, that's true. I'm excited because I know both teams have quite the array of champions because these are all solid players here that their typical mains and strong second strings get banned quite often, so they've definitely learned to spread out their roster, and so it's kind of cool just seeing them get pushed to learn something new because it gets, like last game, a Mel top and it went wild. You never would typically run into that, but they just took it because
Yeah, sometimes you just pick something and you gotta stick with it. It'll be interesting to see what Graham transitions into. Leona is his most played this season, though I do see he has a little bit of a Braum, Blitzcrank. It looks like Vigar support, which he does play Vigar mid, I've seen, so him bringing that out support, always a possibility. Can have good matchups into low range champs that do not like being caged. Especially if you get funky with some pairings with like Ziggs. Ziggs Vigar was a funny little combo with the cage plus Ziggs W.
oh yeah.
And when your ADC is Tiltree Clinton, anything is possible. I've seen him play Malzahar ADC. I've seen him play like probably Aurelion Soul. Like he'll pick Mage's bot lane in a heartbeat if he sees a good angle. So that'll be fun to see if that happens tonight. And he has quite the large champion reservoir that he can always resort to because he plays a lot more than just ADC.
Cat's going crazy about my cat in the background wanting to climb the wall.
I'm noticing that. That is adorable. Unfortunately, I do not have anything to match any fun pets. All right, it looks like drafting is still underway. Hopefully, it'll be done soon. But it is fun to look through these players' profile. It looks like a lot of people have played a lot of different roles this season in Pearl. As players
Yeah, the
like
variety
Aspen played. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, the variety of champions has vastly been more spread out these past couple seasons. Since I started, it kind of felt like you always saw the same champ on the same person and always the couple same bands, stuff like that. But it's really broadened out and it's kind of awesome and amazing to see, it's not just the same run of the mill kind of going through whatnot. It actually ended up just now you don't know who's gonna play what because they got tired of the typical bands and it's crazy the array of characters that are now played within this league.
Yeah, and Liam noting that players had to be flexible in Pearl this season. As as most mid laners and supports know, sometimes you just gotta learn other roles. Poggle, notably one who's had to transition from the mid lane to just about every other role in the game. Dr. Fox, an ADC player, played a lot of jungle in the last couple seasons, and sometimes it's a good way to learn new roles that you might enjoy.
I'm the
I had
reverse.
fun.
I'm the reverse. I'm the one role that everybody wants me to play because I'm a jungle main, and you do not find that there's very few of us.
Yeah, if a drafter smells even a hint of jungle on you, that is where you're going. You could put your primary as top lane, support, secondary, you're going jungle. I'm sorry. Unless you state clearly that you refuse to jungle, and even then, they might try and beg because junglers are rare in CMSA. Hoggle pointing out the Belveth mid. Now, that is one I don't think I've seen, but hey, if I ever see Poggle mid, I would love to see that Belveth. Oh, looks like draft has begun, and we are starting with the same same three bans from both sides. The Psy Hero targeting and then the Tiltree targeting.
Do not confuse cowardice for weakness. It's your refusal.
Yeah, it looks like those late game scaling ADCs are gone.
Oh, but they let the Sejuani through for Gasians. We're gonna we're gonna see some really good utility gangs happening this game. I can feel it.
Ooh, a Kench coming out and a Cassiopeia. Smolder from Tiltree.
Ooh,
There's the Blitzcrank.
Ray on Blitzcrank, that's gonna be nasty. There's
Ooh,
DRJ, Neela.
Neela's a pretty decent answer into the Blitzcrank. You pull me in, well, I guess I'll just ult on top of you.
Right.
Or saves you from having to waste your dashes to get close to the ADC. There's the Asol away from Moens. Since he's going to have to be playing into this Cassiopeia, it seems. Tahm Kench could go support or top. I'm more likely assuming it's going to be going top lane.
There's that Malzahar we were all talking about.
There's a lot of the same bands from last time. But yeah, it looks like they're definitely not letting Moens get the main champs he's been playing this season.
And
Those,
Kane, I've not seen Mamba play Kane yet, so that's going to be interesting.
definitely. Kane's a fun one to spice it up. Oh, there's the Shrimp Wheels Maokai. And the Yumi, yep. I suspected when I saw Neela there was going to be a Yumi if it was not banned, and they decided to focus their bans on top lane, so we do get to see the Neela Yumi combo. That if this pair takes off, then good luck. I do think Heimerdinger is decent counter into it, as Neela wants to dive in, and Heimerdinger is great at stopping that. But we'll see how ahead or how behind this Neela is by about 15 minutes and see if she'll be able to start running the game with this Yumi pocket on her. A good amount of CC on the blue side this time, whereas red side has a little bit harder time getting that CC down. Depends on what type of cane you get. Red cane, pretty good way to apply knockups. Whereas if you're blue cane, then you have to rely on your Cassiopeia and Tahm Kench to apply those CCs onto the targets like Smolder, where you really want him to be eliminated early in the fight so you don't have to deal with that execute.
Yeah.
But advantage, at least early into this Maokai, as Maokai takes time to get his sustain, whereas Tahm Kench has it almost immediately with the Q. Whereas Maokai passive kind of takes time to scale up.
That's true. Yeah, you need a little bit more health and also like a item, something like Spirit Visage, or with that little bit of extra health regen on it as well.
Liam in chat, a big Neela fan. I do remember facing his Neela, and I was not happy about the results of it. My eyes are definitely gonna be on this jungle and the jungle for red side and the bot lane for red side, as Kane's a fun pick we don't get to see very often in CMSA, and Neela Yumi is always a treat to watch, unless it's against you. Then it's sometimes not very fun.
Right? Yeah, that's all right. And it looks like we're getting ready to go underway again. Game number 2. Here we go. Where do you think the first action's going to happen? Do you think bot lane's going to get some really good push in again? Or do you think something's going to swing around center lane there? Or do you think top is going to all in level 1 Kench?
I definitely think oh, the Kane sees the invade. Does he decide to counter invade? It's kind of hard to do with camp spawning so early.
That nobody rotated around for the help. So
Yeah, we'll see if Sejuani decides to take a camp or two and then dart back to her own red side to prevent any counterplay from this Kane. And to answer your question, I do expect for bot lane to be the most bloody, as I don't think Heimerdinger is going to be too aggressive. Oh, there's the Sejuani darting over to her bot side quadrant of the map to prevent Kane from trading a red buff from both sides.
oh, is something happening bot lane already? Oh, and
Ooh, that is a
right
good
with the
hook.
hook and got the flash out of the Neela. Oh, and Tiltry almost did follow it up. Cool, that
Yeah,
was hot and fast right there, real quick.
this bot lane is a struggle early, but you kind of expect that with Neela. That's why the champ has the passive where it gives you extra XP, because you kind of expect to be able to get pushed out of waves early. And an interesting Dark Harvest comes out from Tiltry on this. Oh, that was a good hook from Graham. Getting the first kill of the game in bot side.
Tiltry throwing on a few more stacks. They'll probably let the wave crash, and that would be a solid back for him.
Yeah, this Blitzcrank does not miss, it seems. Not good for the Neela early, losing a few waves. Mid lane doesn't seem to be too interesting, as both these champions just kind of want to play at the max range and not really want to run in at each other.
Okay, she's
Fight over the
coming in
crab.
for the deal with the crab.
Oh no!
Oh, and gets the Q stun and ended up getting a flash out of Mamba. Escaping.
Luckily he gets out, so could have been worse, but you do lose that crab, and now you have to wonder if you want to go to that bot side crab or if you're just going to give that up and clear your own wolves.
I like that word play there, Poggle. Scuffle over the scuttle. I like it. Scuttle. Scuttle scuffle. That's a mouthful. Say that 5 times fast. Scuttle, scuffle, scuttle, scuffle, scuttle, scuttle. Ooh, that's hard.
Yeah, this I see the vision of bringing Dark Harvest against Neela. You can stack it or start stacking those Dark Harvest stacks pretty easy into a single melee carry with no.
Ooh, and Gray taking 2 tower shots there while Mamba is possibly coming in for a gank, but with that deep ward into the tri-bush of their jungle, they seen it coming a mile away. There we go back talking to that vision. I mean, look how many wards are already up and out in all the rivers and jungles already. That's... You can tell there was definitely a lot of support players in this league. Vision, vision, vision.
Yeah, for sure.
Kench applying a little pressure up top there.
Looks like Moens is winning the push mid lane into this Cassiopeia, although down mana, and Cassiopeia good response.
Another hook by
He's-
Gray. Does Tiltree follow up and get the Q off? Nope. And oh!
An execute. Oh, and an
Well,
ignite coming out.
That's one of them
Trying to get that
double-edged swords. Too bad they're, you get executed, but at least it's an execute. Your kill didn't go to benefit nothing, so I guess. Oh, Maple Mama coming in on shrimp wheels up top. Gations ended up securing the drag. Mamba ends up getting out. But did a very good job at distracting Shrimp from farming more, so.
Definitely looks like the blue side has the early advantage for the most part this game, with already a 1k gold lead, closing in on 2k gold. But you want to get that this Neela pretty down on farm, hard to farm with Blitzcrank constantly threatening to hook you in.
And there's that hook. Oh, man, they always get him down to just that last little tidbit.
Yuumi doing a good job in preventing unnecessary deaths on this ADC. And it looks like we're getting the Dusk and Dawn build out of this Tahm Kench, as he has bought a Sheen item. Although it could also turn out to be a
Iceborne
Frozen
Gauntlet.
Heart, but
Iceborne Gauntlet uses the Sheen.
yeah. Possibility for that as well. Although probably not your best first option into a melee or a AP tank like Maokai.
I have been seeing that Dusk and Dawn build very much on
Ooh.
Tahm Kench, though.
Ignite going, ticking. Oh, there it is. A kill traded back in the top lane, evening up the kill score.
And the Tahm Kench snowball has started.
Yes, this champion can get out of hand very fast if it gets ahead, with all the shielding and healing making it nigh unkillable.
Oh, another big hook, and Tiltree finally gets that kill out on the Neela.
Yes, Luckily for them, Yumi gets away, so you're not getting 2 kills on that Smolder, but there is a bit of a lead building up in the Smolder, which is not the best sign.
Oh, Mamba flashed past the Sejuani.
Oh, there.
Securing the kill.
Successfully killing the jungler, but unable to enter because this Heimerdinger has his turret set up around the objective. But hey, you take that kill. Especially when you're fighting a jungler with like nearly a 2k item gold lead against you. Blitzcrank roaming from the bot lane, looking to possibly spread the bot lane lead to other lanes. But it could give this Neela a chance to recover some of this farm deficit she's faced for the first 9 minutes of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, that Blitzcrank hook, man. That was a pixel away. This is also giving the Arcade a strong opportunity to get that little bit of extra farm. And, oh, but here
Ooh,
comes
good
Gray
hook.
back with the hook from the river. Tiltery throws.
Smolder's quite far away, so it looks like he will flash and ghost afterwards, but
Cassiopeia ult. Gray ended
not
up turning
here
back, got Tiltery stone, but
it looks like
Again,
Moen's taking the opportunity as Cassiopeia is left lane to set up turrets to do as much damage to this tower as possible. But they will take that back on bot lane as a chance to get this second
what they
dragon.
end up picking.
Ooh, Red Cane.
Ed K.
Good form. Good form into the triple tanks. Blue form probably not the best when there's only a Smolder that you really want to be diving on, as Heimerdinger will probably end up buying Azanias anyways. Oh, the Tom Kench has been killed back by this Maokai. And it is turned out to be Dusk and Dawn. Oh, kill on to Psy Hero. Great gank by Maple Mamba. To really even the kill score. See if the Arcade can survive this tower dive. He does and tries to take one back, but this Sejuani is quite tanky already and can survive multiple tower shots.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely doing good despite how far down on this
Oh, another
Neela.
hook. Oh, my goodness.
These hooks are getting out of hand. This Blitzcrank is definitely turning out to be a really good pick.
Oh, Cassiopeia coming down. Maybe adding a little extra pressure. Oh, but Sejuani boom shroomed onto Maple Mamba. They gonna end up turning and fighting here, or is each person gonna turn there and go their own separate ways? Look like, oh, but Tom coming down.
Unfortunately, your Cassiopeia had roamed down to bot, so you can't really contest this crab. Wisely moves off to just secure the rocks. The kills might be even, but this with 2 dragons and a 3k gold lead, blue side is definitely looking to take this this lead. Oh, great flash too by the Maokai.
Peered up in top lane, along with Tilted.
Avengers. The Avengers have assembled for this Tahm Kench, and unfortunately, it means he will not live.
This
But-
might be first tower though.
Yeah. But if you're red side, you're saying, well, more gold into Neela. It's probably the best thing you could ask for at this point.
Oh, and TP down to bot lane. Just for a coverage. And Bowens is not letting that Cassiopeia go unnoticed. Definitely poking her down, keeping the damage up, forcing her to back.
Yeah, if you're Neela, you're probably more or less happy about having to go against a Maokai instead of a Ultra Fed Smolder Blitzcrank right now. A Maokai with MR, that is, especially. Mid lane turret going down for red side. Heimer's putting in quite the damage. Red side backs off.
Rift Herald just spawned. Looks like Gations is right on it. They're making their way straight into that. Maybe we'll see some action there momentarily.
Definitely taking the chance to use their lead to secure as many objectives as they can.
Bomba's coming in hot. I think they want to go for the steal. As Gogi is moving down as well too with the knockup. Oh, and Malachi are out on Bomba. And Asians ended up winning the Smite fight. Which, again, as a jungle primary, that is such a satisfying feeling. Oh my goodness, Shrimp tried flipping it around. With that Malachi passive, it heals so much. And
Oh, great view. Doesn't seem like the Blitzcrank will have the damage to be able to kill Tahm Kench back. But good look by Gogi finishing off this Heimerdinger after the fight. 3 for 1 in the mid lane fight, so that's about as much as you could ask for when you're this far behind. Though it did look like Sahiro got picked off.
yeah, that's... And especially how Mamba just ended up swooping in there, doing a bunch of damage, and then, you know, that pass through walls ability that he has, and then just slipping out with a sliver of health. Man, I'll tell you what, that lights a fire under you where you just want to get pushing back as hard as possible. Oh, and Gaijin's engaging in on Mamba again. Got with the Q knockup. Oh, and
Oh, but you are surrounded,
Oh, it's-
unfortunately.
with the kill. And with the red side jungle down, this is probably almost a confirmed kill on Dragon for blue side.
Being
Smolder's
told
up.
100,
Oh, go ahead.
117 stacks. While you're quite ahead on items, you probably want to be closer to around 160 to 170 stacks at this point. So, but at this point, you probably don't care too much about your stack count when your team's this far ahead, especially on dragons. Gogi going in, but there's 4 people and a herald.
Oh
Which
man,
gets
that
crushed
Yugi
in the wall.
was clutch keeping Gogi alive there. Oh, Neela
Oh,
going in.
Oh, but unfortunately, you just don't have enough damage with lack of items. Get a kill back though. That's always good.
Gogi is hanging in there with the dive in onto Gaijins, and Gaijins ended up queuing dash away. Gogi now trying to do a little fancy footwork, hustle and bustle through the jungle trying to escape.
Oh,
Sejuani
that
is
is
going to get that
shielding.
last stack and stun, and
Can
oh
you
my
Q?
goodness.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Oh, but Smolder's here to ruin your fun.
and Tiltry chasing up and eating up that free buffet of stacks and kills there. Man, that was... Oh, but Gogi, dude, that unstoppable machine. Tom is basically is literally the fish Mundo. Just walks straight lines at you and can't push him back.
Yeah, this champion definitely great at snowballing lead. To be able to get that many those kills while down this far is pretty good. Right now, you're just trying to recover. Probably the call probably should be to give over soul as much as you don't want to do it. You also don't want to give soul and give 5 kills as well. But I guess we'll see what happens.
What would be a really good move for them is if they ended up getting a pick on one of these people that have... Oh! What's going on here?
Cassiopeia living for quite a while, but unfortunately, quite a while is not enough to get damage back on the now fed carries and tanks of the blue side.
Yeah, Gray ended up securing the kill on the Cassiopeia with his E. Knock up to get the knockout. Let's go. Ooh, and Tiltery throwing in the Smolder R to see if he could secure a kill on DRK, and it flew a little south. But it was a good attempt. I would have done the same thing in his position. Ooh. Gray moving in up top, gonna get the knock up, and Shrimp gonna go in and stun. This Tom Kench, man, you can throw anything you want at him, and it just... Oh, but Shrimp stunned him in the dive, which ended up possibly saving Gray. Nope. Ended up chasing him down.
Looks like a team fight happened mid where all 3 of the non-soul laners out of Pink Warded Jinda had fallen. While Tom Kench continues to now 1v1 this Maokai after killing the Blitzcrank. Can Kench be stopped? We will find out. But this Maokai seems to be lacking both health and mana to be able to fight back. So he is just running.
Oh, but there's TP happening top, into which he... Oh,
Ooh,
Go
time,
try
just
timing
a little bit
that.
off. Oh, but Tompkins kind of doesn't care. He just continues to walk forward, taking damage. I'll just heal it back. It's fine. Cassiopeia is here, but
got the
all
Iron
4 of
King
those
girl.
turrets, all 4 of those turrets do not make it look like a good angle to go in. So I respect the back off. Here's Soul. Now, I've seen Canes steal just about everything at this point, so
Oh, and they
they wanna
stunned on their side of the wall. She ults and try and dive deep back into Tiltry, but Maokai ends up pushing it back as Tiltry gets 1, 2, 3, 4. Is he gonna get that penta?
oh,
Tiltry
there's
gets a penta kill.
there's
Look
that
at that.
smolder.
Ain't nothing more of a satisfying feeling than getting a penta kill, man. That's good play,
And-
good fight.
And presumably that's pentakill without stacks and smolder. So that is quite impressive. And it looks like they might just be going for the end here. Although all the members will be up by the time they get to this last Nexus Tower, so they wisely decide to back off, show some respect.
Looks like they're gonna attempt to open up this bottom and possibly get super minions pushing. But oh, Gaijin's going in deep. Decided to reseed, but oh man, between Mamba and Gogion, they'll chase him down and do some damage. I can see that, but it looks like they gotta do a little cleanup, reset lanes, and hopefully get ready to contest.
This
the
Heimerdinger,
objective.
well, the dragon not taken earlier after the fight seems to be their objective now.
Comes Mamba and hot. Is he gonna do a steal? Nope. Oh, moved
just
just
dodging.
fast enough. Run, Mamba, run! And Mamba ends
Those-
up getting out. Good for them.
Those Blitz passive autos definitely looking like smites, would confuse me a little. Looks like they're just trying to stave off the minions push, keep them out, just in case they get. Wait, how many stacks?
206 stacks we got on the Smolder going on right now. So we're nearing the execution. I believe that happens at 220 something. 225.
Yeah, probably gonna have to look for jungle camps as your bot and mid are currently pushed up to the enemy, so you don't necessarily want to walk that far as a smolder.
Here comes sides. Drop a ward into Baron Pit. Oh, they see they're
Do
on
they
it.
sniff it? They do, but it doesn't look like they're gonna be able to do anything about it. Oh, Maple Mama just a second too late for that steal.
Got a TP on Moens going down bot.
Looks like they're going to push both bot and mid now that they have Baron. Smart play. Taking those 2 waves instead of 1 with Baron. Nexus Tower is respawning, but it only will respawn with a portion of its HP now.
Oh, engaging.
Ooh, the hook
Diving under tower.
again. This Blitzcrank hooks have been on point this match.
Side hero with the 3-person stun on the ult. This is insane. The amount of. Oh, but Mamba's eating them up.
Yeah, you could see there that like they're just like an item or two away on everyone just from being able to fight back. Unfortunately, they do not pick up the game 2, meaning we will be moving forward into game 3 without a definitive game 3. But we will look forward to it nonetheless.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
congratulations.
congratulations to Choking in River for the win, the 2 wins in a row, taking this invitationals officially. So, chat, who would you like to interview this time around?
Yes. Yeah, we do have to kind of hear from Tiltry. They're probably still living on the high of that Penta. I know I would. And ask about the BF swords.
All right, we will be taking Tiltery Clinton then. Hello, Tiltery.
Can speak there?
The first,
Hello.
yes,
Oh no, how do I speak?
everyone can hear you.
Hold on
Um,
one sec. I'm using my phone on speaker, but there's no option to turn you on speaker right now since I'm yoinked. Hold on one sec. Hold on. Sorry. I'm on my iPhone and there's no button for speaker. I'm putting it on headphones. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
Now say something.
Hello, welcome, Tiltry.
It works. I can hear you. Well, hello. How you doing?
how's the first thing chat wanted to know is what was the fascination with the BF swords?
So it's actually a tactic specifically with Smolder I use because if you're ahead and you back and you keep buying as much like raw power as possible, then every fight you're in, you're doing like insane damage. Rather than waiting for an item and maybe buying stuff that doesn't give you that advantage. And so you start snowballing a lot faster.
Gotcha.
I see.
And
Yeah,
of
'cause
course,
It's on
go
your
ahead,
Qs
go
as well as your auto attacks. Your Qs and your auto attacks. So like, I was just like queuing Nyla as much as I could, so she couldn't even like stay in lane because I'm just like whack, whack, whack.
Well, we've got our
Yeah.
example of one game, and it worked out. So therefore, it's 100% success rate.
100%. Do it in ranked right now.
yeah. If you definitely did that, and we seen that it worked, they need to post it on a league site. You know, the tilt
Yeah.
build.
Yeah, and honestly, and you can turn it into it. My plan was going to be like Bloodthirster, Infinity Edge, and then actually we didn't get to it. But the final item I like to do is Leandri's, the burn tick. It used to be suggested for Smolder, then it stopped. But if you get it as your item right around the time you're getting the execute, it actually people think that they got away, so they're safe. But then they're burning, and it counts towards your execute. So you actually kill them with Leandri's tick, and they explode off map, like off vision. It's really fun. People are just like running away, and then it's
Yeah,
great.
these have been impressive games. The game 1 and game 2, you've been quite fed.
Yeah, it was my support was very helpful with that. Like the Blitz, we saw the Yumi, and we were like, we felt Smolder Blitzcrank was like the most punishing for that combination.
Yeah. Um, I do know that you are an AP bot lane enjoyer. Do you think we'll be able to see that game 3, or is it
We
just
Yeah,
see
we
what
were thinking about trying some interesting stuff next game. So that was our plan. Possibly do something interesting for everybody.
Okay, I'm
Good.
looking forward to it.
I'm excited, and congratulations on that pentakill too. I
Thank
was
you.
whooping and hollering and
Oh yeah, I was trying to do it. I was like, give me that chat. Give me the chat. Just imagine Blitz just grabs it for the steal. Yoink.
that would be a blitzcrank thing to do.
Yeah, yoink. Troll your own team with the grab. I don't know if I could have escaped it. I did have in rank the other day. A Tom spit me into the enemy fountain once. And I think I could have stopped him. But I was like, we won, whatever.
All right, well, do you have anything else to say to chat before we send you back?
Well, like good game to everyone playing. I think it was really fun, and yeah, had a good time this season.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Well,
will
thank you for
send you
running it
back.
and organizing it.
Yeah, for sure. Good luck with your last game.
Thank you. Getting yoinked.
Good luck, Tiltery. To Nick.seat in chat there, asking to show match. So the way we kind of have to stream it and we flip through our panels and stuff, sadly it's not as easy to go back and do some play-by-plays or anything of that nature. But
Actually, let me say I'm gonna jump in here as the camera guy. If anybody else wants to come in and help me with this, I would love to have a second person to do like to run the stream as well, just so we could do those replays and stuff like that. I just need somebody else dedicated to help me out with it, and I would love to do it. So
look at that. You already got one volunteer.
Hell yes. So we'll get you hooked up, and we'll see if we can figure out a way to get it to work. So No, I know it's not a criticism. I'm honestly passionate about it because I love doing the camera work, and I'm really sad that I can't do the the replays easily. So, all right, I'm gonna go back to being silent. Bye.
Thanks, Kelly.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I do have one thing. For those of you who have not done so and are interested, we do have our um year 2026 season 2 for CMSA's League of Legends League. Register now, it's available. You have now until April 7th is the start date. So ideally a few days before then you'll be guaranteed, but sometimes if it can fill up pretty fast. So um I'd recommend registering sooner rather than later. That is out right now. Check out our website at cmsaesports.com and um, travel down to the League of Legends page and you will see it. I definitely would recommend signing up. Oh, my mic is, or my camera is blurry again. There we go. Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh?
There, okay. The glasses are back. Yes, I do love making jokes about how blurry cameras are just taking off the camera's glasses. Well, they are now. Unfortunately, we won't be getting a true Game 3, but I do hope to see some interesting changes to the bands. Maybe we'll get to see some of the signature picks on the team of Pink Ward Agenda. Would be fun to see. Maybe get that Lissandra out. See Maple Mamba Nocturne, Gogi Daddy on Yorick would be fun. All these iconic picks would be great to see, but it'll be up to the teams. Oh yes, Rengar support, of course. The classic in Pearl and Ruby.
A Teemo Ivern bot lane. I've seen that before.
Yeah, team. Well, Cassiopeia is no longer playable, but Cassiopeia Teemo is always a fun lane. Poison. Shrimp wheels on Yasuo. Now, that would be interesting. I don't think I've seen Shrimp wheels play Yasuo, but I believe in the Shrimp wheels Yasuo.
Teemo Cassiopeia Singe for maximum toxicity. That would be gross. Just poison and burn poison.
Yeah. Now, next game there will be a total of 30 bans, so champion pools may be starting to get pinched a little for some. Although, it depends on how the bans go. Maybe things get opened up and priorities shift. But I guess just have to wait and see what they seem to want to do. Sometimes teams do decide to start letting things through on a game 3 if it's not a definitive one, but sometimes they just will just play it like it's a normal game. Yeah. 100 what, 70 something, 80 something champions at this point. You could ban half the roster and still have like multiple um, rounds of heroes ready, even after just half the roster's already gone. So many champs to pick from, but it seems those who have been following the patch notes and like the dev team know that there's only going to be one new champion this year, supposedly, which will be an interesting change with how they've been doing it, where it's been three champions for the most part, and a lot of people are, I think, speculating it's um I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but I think it would be Demacian champion, hopefully, and
Oh, John, we lost your audio.
oh, a new champion. Um, yeah, I guess we'll see. I think I remember seeing that they're only doing one champion this year, but that could just be a false leak. I'm As a support player, I'm hoping it's support because we've gotten multiple mid lane mages as well as multiple top lane jungle bruisers. Yes, Locke, that is the champion I was thinking of. So I would love to see another support, whether it be us like an engaged support or an enchanter. I'd love to see either. Not necessarily a mage because that'd probably just end up being like a mid lane champ that can play bot lane, similar to how Mel was when she came out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Milio and Rel Renata have been the last champions, but that's been a while since we got those champions, so it'd be great to have another one this year, especially if we're only getting one or two champions this year. I would Wild Rift has gotten uh Yumi's, I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but Yumi's Yordle that she like pairs with. Um,
Oh, the her master.
yes, yes, Nora, Nora and Yumi. If you play TFT, that champ right now. Yeah, Wild Rift got that. I don't know if it's ever coming to the regular PC Rift, but I would love to see it. I've not seen any of the gameplay though, so I don't know if it's like a mage or an enchanter. I'm sure it's like some magic user though, as a Yordle. Oh, some Overwatch is going on in chat. I don't know how to feel about that.
I'm gonna play Widowmaker. I'm already Widowmaker. I know the song.
Nora has portals. That is interesting. I have seen a little bit of Wild Rift Zillion, and I hope they do a full I think it's called VGU for Zillion, so like update his models as well as his abilities, because I don't know if it would be overpowered or anything, but it would definitely make Zillion a more attractive champion as it's right now on the lower side of play. Even with how strong it is, it's one of those champions where Riot's like has them in a stronger state than they need to be just to make them more attractive to people to play. But it would be so cool to see him with that unique um, projectile slow mechanic, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
which would be a really interesting thing to see to come to PC, but who knows? Um, but yeah, I do definitely hope that new champion Locke, if it is end up to be Locke, to be a support, preferably an enchanter, because I definitely lean more to enchanting, but an engaged champion wouldn't be bad too. Although those have definitely been toned down this year compared to last year, where they're kind of just running the show. Rel, Alistar, um, Lesser Nautilus, and Leona too. Oh,
I
Toggle seems to have
received leaks. I know what the bot lane of Choke Me and River is going to be.
seems as if
Ooh.
Toggle has inside information. It seems as if the teams might be ready, but we'll see about that shortly.
All right. Right before we are going to start, we are going to take just about a 2 to 4 minute break here. Refresh beverages, go get your snacks again. Because, again, game one was great. Game two was wild. And game three, who knows? We might end up seeing 5 spellcasters on one team. The world may never know. But we will catch you guys back in just a few minutes.
Sweet.
All right, guys, welcome back. And here we go. We're going to get ready to start the
I assure
draft.
you, I am quite patient.
Swain Unara. They're spelling something, I can tell.
That's a Vlad.
Oh my gosh. I'm blind. Yeah, that is a Vlad. in
Put
fact.
on the glasses they were talking about.
You know, Red Noxus leader guys, same thing.
It's your funeral.
I'll tell you what, they really don't want to see Vayne, Twitch, and Yorick today. I just realized, like, the screen on the stream is, like, weirdly... Okay.
We're
It's
seeing
okay.
we're seeing the Zillion finally come out from the side of
That's Moens, man. He loves messing around on Zillion.
it could also be Shrimp Wheels. He's also a known Zillion enjoyer.
Maybe it is Shrimp. I forgot.
That is a lot of AP. This Vigar could go anywhere. My guess would be to Gray, as he is most well known for the Vigar.
Oh, what are we gonna... What if we see that
Swain's-
Vigard Ziggs you were talking about?
We are in fact seeing the Psy Hero Lysandra coming out, so that'll be quite exciting.
I reckon.
Well, I can't say I know exactly what that spells, and maybe it doesn't spell anything at all. Those are some interesting champion bands.
Ooh, Aspen with the Morgana. Shaco? Is that
That
good?
is a lot of AP on both sides. Possibly AD Shaco, but they're living up to their name of the Pink Ward. Or wait, no, that is the other team. They're taking away the Pink Ward Shaco from Pink Ward Agenda.
Is that... Oh no, are they Are they gonna do a Shaco Teemo bot lane?
AP Kha'Zix possibly to make it real, but it does look as if there is a lot of AP coming out from both sides of the map.
Bot.
So if I don't see Merc Treads on every single champion, I will be a little confused, as there's a good bit of CC from everyone, as well as a lot of AP from everyone. Except for this Kha'Zix. If this Kha'Zix gets rolling, then you're gonna have to question, do I try and build against Kha'Zix, or do I build against the other 4 champions of that team? But
I always build against the majority, but that's just me.
ooh, it is the Swain top from Gogi, as you mentioned earlier. Seraphine Morgana. If you get hit, you're not moving at all. Especially when it does seem as if it is the Shrimp Wheel Zillion instead of the Moen Zillion. We have half of the Zillion players in the world in this game right now.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It is a Teemo mid, so we'll see how he pilots this Teemo into the Psy Hero Lysandra. Teemo definitely struggles a bit into mages, as his Q doesn't really do anything against them for the most part.
But of course, if they're going full AP Burn Boom Shroom, their team is pretty squishy, minus Lysandra and Swain, which could
Yeah,
throw
these
more AP
the,
tank.
te- the Teemo Shrooms can definitely prove a late game annoyance for this Kha'Zix moving through the jungle, even because Shrooms do not care about your invisibility. As for the rest of the team, Swain seems to be the most tanky champion on the Rift right now, as he's the only one who will be stacking health from his passive and possibly items, whereas everyone else is probably just going to build for damage.
Oh, let's be honest, Gogi just likes playing Swain top just because of the Chosen Wolf
The-
Swain skin.
that is quite a good skin. Oh, here's the early invasion from
Oh,
Choke Me in the River. They did not catch anyone in the river to choke, but they are moving into this blue side of the bot lane for Pink Ward agenda. On Vision, though, so they know it's happening.
oh, that's
Just a
drops a ward
little
in.
bit off on that route. So close, just skinned by him. Looks like Shaco for now will be going AP. They're stealing this blue buff successfully.
That's a lot of Doran's rings on the item sets, by the way. I've never seen so many in one game.
Yeah, if you don't already have a starting item, you are going Doran's Ring. That is what these teams have decided will be happening. And with Shaco going AP, it seems everyone is committing to AP on the side of Choke Me in the River. The early vision out by Pink Ward, Agenda, and Choke Me in the River on this red side of the map is definitely impressive.
Oh yeah. Well, they have known and noticed that Gasians is very famous for, counter jungling and ended up, backdoor ganking in the second tier of lane access up close to red side tower. So, they definitely want to make sure they got their grounds covered. That way they don't get to swing wide and hit that backdoor gank on them.
Yeah, and good job stealing away the buff. We'll see if he can clear fast enough to make it worth it. As I have noticed, sometimes you can steal away an objective and still be about even in gold. Hard engaged by this
There's
Shaco.
a lot going on here. Ignite from Shaco. Gonna end up getting maybe the backstab on DRK, and was not quite enough. Oh, but throwing in some damage on Aspen. And it looks... That was a pretty big trade on both of them, especially pushing out the ADC. But Psy Hero's coming down.
Oh, Sky Hero's here. And you do not have that flash anymore, but you do have the Deceive.
Ooh, and flash from Maple.
Can you get it? Oh, he does! What a good shot by Maple Mamba.
First blood, and there's a little bit of the gold lead for the jungler.
And if you're the side of Choke Me in the River, you do not want this Kha'Zix getting ahead with a full AP team. As he will just start to solo carry with the AD.
Oh man, you can definitely tell Sai is in his comfort zone right now with being able to have that Lysandra, the aggressive and super confident gameplay.
Yeah, he knows this champion quite well with the such a high mastery. Even up in CS after the roam too. And it looks like both mid and or
Oh, Vigar
Mid-
taking stun on Aspen and Tiltery with kill on Morgana, and here we go. Chasing down DRK under tower, gotta back off. DRK has a lot of good zoning with Seraphine. So
yeah, this This bot lane from Choke Me in the River has been aggressive every single game, but it's kind of what you expect out of a player like Tiltry, who's known for their high aggressive gameplay. Gogi Daddy doing well to shove waves under tower, denying this Zillion
Asian
top.
Logic got the fear on Gogi. Looks like there's a potential three-way happening up top here. Got the blind on Gogi. The poison might end up getting him.
Yeah, not the three-way that Gogi probably wants. But it does look
Oh
like
my
he will
goodness.
survive.
Singular 14 HP in a dream as Gogi ends up escaping that. Oh my goodness.
And a good catch by Aspen and Maple Mamba on Gray, forcing out the flash. Gogi will teleport back to catch this massive wave under his tower.
Maple's trying to... Maple does have pressure from both mid and bot lane. But Mullins is going to check it out, probably throw a shroom or two. Oh,
Ooh, Mowens?
straight up going in on it. Oh my goodness.
This Shaco is
Oh,
scary. Being able to get over that wall so easily just to help Moen secure the kill on Maple Mamba.
ooh, Gray's getting poked down. That's the one bad thing about Seraphine Morgana. They can hit you from a screen width away. Like, it don't... That spacing they have is just insane.
Ooh.
Iroh diving in and end up...
Nice kill on the onto the Vigar.
Did not secure drag, but they did get a kill and got out unscathed, so...
Yeah. And this Swain is doing very well pressuring top lane against this Zillion right now. Zillion's struggling with mana right now, even with a tier. Down about half the CS of this Swain. Just able to push permanently under tower.
I'll tell you what though, Shrimp is dunking those bombs on him.
Now the Shaco is going AP, so his all-ins won't be nearly as strong as if he was going AD, but they will have this interesting Shroom plus Shaco trap bot or way to play around objectives. So that'll be quite annoying if you're on the
Backshield from Aspen on the backstab block there. Timed
yeah,
fairly well.
yeah. With all the CC on the team of Choke Me in the River, that Black Shield will definitely be important going forward, especially for this Kha'Zix who wants to go in and assassinate these carries.
We got Red Side focusing in on the Void Grubs, and here comes Gations. He might end up engaging on this.
Ooh, that is a lot of damage out very fast by the side of Pink Ward Agenda. The Zillion comes out to save him for now. His team will back him up, but this Swain is full health and channeling ult. That is not easy to kill.
And the more people walking into it, the longer he's just going to have it up and heal. Especially this early.
And with the full AP team, as this game goes on, if this Swain gets like MR items, it's going to be really hard to kill without an ADC.
And red team ends up securing all 3 Void Grubs.
There's that Shaco though. Ooh, but he knows with that red ward. It does look like Gogi will go down now. No kill back onto Gray. Gets away with barely 20 HP.
Oh, Tiltry chasing Mamba up through the jungle.
Shaco's being rather annoying, but the trade-off is you're giving up a lot of CS as Shaco if you're playing these roams, but if you're Shaco, you kind of have to play that way sometimes. But bot lane will enjoy this time with Shaco top to get a sizable CS lead at this point. We see one Merc trade so far. Let's see how many more. Kha'Zix. It seems like everyone on the side of Pink Ward Agenda has a decent to high CS lead against their opposing laners. So even if you might have lost the dragon, but the gold's looking good in your favor if you just look at that CS difference on each side.
Oh yeah. Oh, and there goes the Vygar E. Kha'Zix coming down to help cover along with Sai and Sandra. Oh, and there goes the Seraphine R charming back in the Shaco clone. Gaijin's trying to ult in over the wall, and Aspen ended up ulting as well too. A lot of ults being burnt and used up there. Oh, Aspen with the flash pass to Vygar gave smooth plays. A lot happened there, and it was a no loss, no gain on both sides. But,
yeah, you can give up a bit of summoner spells, but you'd rather do that than dying.
Especially giving a bunch of kills to a Fiddlestick, well, anybody on either team.
Oh, Asimov barely just walks away. Tiltry is going to chase. Nope, never mind, deciding it's not worth it. Just help set up Dragon with the boxes. Up top though, Swain did take that trade ult for both summer spells out of the Zillion. So we'll see if he can play off the lack of summer spells with his next ult. As the Zillion has made up for a bit of the CS discrepancy since we last checked in.
You know, in all honesty though, I give it to Moens for holding his own mid lane with, you know, a top 20 Lissandra player. You know, the CS lead is at a pretty fair gap. And as Sai turns it around and ends up traveling in and throwing the Ignite and empowered, I believe, W in on the Teemo. That
is a classic caster curse, if I've ever seen one.
I know. That was bad.
But yeah, if you're Sai Hero, you're feeling great about that. Getting your first item with boots, now you can really put the pressure onto Teemo by just pounding him with this Luden's Echo. Shaco cloning will be annoying, but I get it out.
Yeah, and they got a pretty full tower, so even if they tried letting the Shaco clone chase in, if they kill it right before tower and can zone. Oh! There goes the Vygar gate again.
Gaijin gets into the alcove, pretty sure unseen, so they have no clue he's back there right now. As long as he doesn't try and step forward into the bushes. I'll have a good
peek up top, please.
Ooh, Zillion ult out. The Swain ult will finish, but they do get the kill. And it looks as if Gaijin will just back down and
Tiltry roaming mid again. But it looks like both Tiltry and Moens might end up roaming top, possibly to save that tower. as Gations is also going to RN. Oh, this looks like a pretty solid. And, yep, there goes Tiltree with the shutdown. And
First tower traded for 2 kills. You're not too worried though, as now you have your bot lane's free to start CSing again without being pressured by this sneaky Shaco play. Sahiro wisely decides to start out top lane so as to not give up too many plates up there. We'll see if they want to contest Rift Herald. Both teams seem to really enjoy doing objectives sooner rather than later.
oh yeah, about within seconds of it spawning up. I mean, they got red side's got 4 on. Looks like blue side's gonna have all 5 there moving in, but it looks like half the party might be a little bit late. Oh, but Gray coming in with the Vygar R to eliminate the Cassandra.
Oh, this swing gets out a lot of damage, but unfortunately, it does not.
And red side
Survive
ended
all
up still
4.
getting the eye. Luckily, Aspen went and collected it. Oh, Aspen with the R on the Zillion, but ended up scooping out just in time.
Trading your life to get Herald. Now you just gotta find an opportunity to make the Herald worth it.
While Seraphine's down bot lane, getting all that free farm and racking up
Now-
some gold. This should be a big buyback for him.
Now, if you're Pink Ward agenda, you might be a little concerned with the deaths that's been happening, but really you should just be focusing on the CS difference because they are becoming massive in the bot and mid lanes, and even in jungle a little bit.
Oh,
That's what
man. Gogi really got hammered down right there without anybody else coming in, but Maple Mamba jumping in and getting the ISO damage.
Ooh, Gogi just barely living. Swain backing, but he does have TP and can TP back if they need to and decide to fight this dragon. But they almost will certainly fight for this dragon no matter what. We must fight for the objectives.
Aspen trying to get a small angle there.
Teemo just hiding in this jungle corridor. Just invisible. Oh, there he decides to move. Gets rooted. Kill into support.
Gations ended up getting the shutdown on Mamba. So jungle's out. But so far
Ooh, but
it's
the Swain.
That Swain, man. He turns on R and it just
Now,
it
do
hurts a
you
lot.
risk the jungle coming back and just smiting it?
That is true. Plus, it's going to be taken a lot slower because even though they have good damage, it's not super good damage versus a lot.
Oh, it looks like they're trying to bait him out, but they do not seem to want to. Oh, that is a good double bomb. And now everyone is low for that TP back in by Moens. Ooh, Gogi just barely living again.
Ooh, stick together. Don't let the isolation damage happen.
Ooh.
What?
Oh, that Lissandra.
R and Seraphine R right on top of it. Oh my goodness! Trade after trade after trade.
There's that CS league putting in work, but in the meantime, Gaijin's getting this Ocean Soul or Ocean Soul Point. So one away from the soul. Not the most useful soul, but it's better than not having it. And it will help with the any poke you may accrue from the bot lane with their good long range poke.
Ocean Soul gives you health with damage, correct? If I remember right.
Yes, health and mana regen upon damaging enemy champions.
And see, so I think honestly, with the team that they got going on, is going to be disgusting because then they don't have to be so focused on trying to manipulate their build around keeping mana regen happening if they have soul that ends up doing that for them.
That
So
is
then
true.
they can build a little more just straight up penetration and damage to do all that bursting to all them squishy champions. Oh, get out of there, Moens. Isolation damage is going to be terribly disgusting, and he ends up zipping right out of there.
There's a new Bastion break on Oh!
Oh,
Can he get it? Oh, just
Oh.
slightly off. Well, yeah, this Kha'Zix is starting to do quite a bit of damage. You might want to think about buying the Zanyas, which it looks like Fiddlesticks is heading towards. Speaking of damage,
it's Swain. They thought they had him in the first half, but Swain pushed R and chased Vygar down and ended up getting healed up and dealing it out.
ooh, Sahir is looking for this Shaco.
Ooh, Shaco box slowed down,
Ooh.
but ended up
Pretty sure that was a
shaking off the
blind
Shaco.
cube. That was
Blind claw.
great by Sahiro, just sniffing out this invisible Shaco.
Engagements are-ing over the wall to clean up the Swain and cover up bot so it didn't get pushed in. Wonderful play there.
Now, with down 3 drags, it's not. You might think it's looking relatively bad. You're even kills, but you were 5k up through CS and turrets alone. So, I hope they can recognize that they have the item advantage right now to be able to fight even despite maybe feeling like they might be behind due to the objective disparity.
Plus, there hasn't been a whole lot of team fighting yet. At this point, we had just 1 or 2 engages so far, but nothing a full 5v5. So it all depends on how they want to play their kits and when they end up using
Yeah.
ours. Seraphine ended up R-ing and hitting Gasians and Gray in that, and ended up getting a double kill on that one.
That is a disgusting CC chain of events from Lysandra to Seraphine to Morgana. And that's without the Swain coming in with his roots as well. Currently, everyone on Choke Me in the River does not have Merc Tread, so these CCs are hitting for their full duration currently. Which is not something you want into a Seraphine Morgana.
Swain E, Lysandra stun. Almost all 4 out of 5 of them have a stun, which is not ideal. And there ain't no combo break in Summoner's Rift.
No, indeed. You will be stuck there for all 7 minutes of CC.
Oh, let's see here. For objective-wise, we got Dragon up in a minute.
Does seem like Choke Me in the River has taken over this bot side river for the time being. But how long can they keep it's the real question. Ooh, the Swain flashing forward with ult.
Yep, this
Really
is a
able to
big
connect
play
with
here,
it.
depending on which team pushes, because Dragon has spawned, and this is a big pivotal point.
Ooh, Gogi Daddy is taken down though. That is not a good sign.
Oh, but Mamba got in there and did a lot of damage with the Seraphina Morgana burns and ults up, but ended up backfiring and ended up getting bombed and blasted between the Vigar and the Zillion.
Yeah,
Ooh.
great split between great split by Choke Me in the River to get their team split up so they can take them off easier. Especially the Swain on the bot side of the fight.
And blue team has slain Ocean Drake to get Ocean Soul, which again, that will cause some healing and mana regen upon damaging an enemy champion. And oh, Gray with the baby gate to lock down the Seraphine, and then did the meteor, and then dropped the executing R. Man, that was a wombo of a combo.
Yeah, putting in DRK on his first death of the game. This Zillion pick definitely seems to be paying off with how useful these ults have been. Buying Lucidity and Seraphs early to get them the ultimate haste up.
Which is huge when you have a little bit of a softer team. If you ain't got the front line, you want to at least have a damage end up being able to revive here in a few seconds in the midst of a fight.
Yeah, and with the Shaco clone and Zillion ult, they're gonna have to chunk through multiple health bars to be able to get through this team.
Oh my goodness, and there's the Zillion R Brave.
Good Seraphine ult. Swain's barely staying alive. Can he stay alive? He is staying alive.
Oh, and got the root in on Shrimp, and oh, if that.
Shaco's also fighting a Seraphine.
Oh my goodness, then. ISO from Maple Mamba. Uh-oh, and they kind of scared him off because they don't know if they're chasing a clone or the real one. That does get really scary because sometimes when that clone ends up being destroyed and you get locked in it, it can about 2/3 health you.
Yeah, especially when this Shaco is building AP.
It's like, oh. Oh no, not the baby gate again, and Vigar R on Mamba.
Yeah, this Vigar pick definitely coming out strong from Gray, showing his proficiency on the champ, knowing its limits.
And that's with red side jungler down, depending on which way this fight goes. We'll end up securing Baron and getting a heavy push here. Oh, Gogi Daddy on the Swain, pulling the R out.
Unable to stick though, so we'll lose it. Ooh, this healing coming out from the Seraphine is clutch though. Helps match the Ocean Soul.
Currently it is a 5v3 and looks like they'll end up getting zoned off just a little bit by some crowd control. DRK with hopefully the escape plan here. Oh, and Tiltry cloning over and getting probably the backstab in. Oh, they turned just in time, but Tiltry being the aggressive player ends up following up and getting the kill.
Definitely good plays.
Yeah. Sadly, both junglers are down, but it looks like they do want to try and do something here. Let's see if they can pump out enough damage to get it done before somebody wants to try and swoop in. It looks like they might actually back off from it. Yep. Just prepping for future stance. Oh my goodness. Oh, And he slipped out.
There's that sneaky Shaco. Able to queue out of that turret just in time to
That's
avoid
the
the turret.
stuff that drives me bananas, man. Is when a Shaco player pulls stunts like that. You think you got it locked up? Nope. Let me just shadow shift over a wall real quick.
Oh no. Swain is heavily outnumbered and will not be able to sustain out of it. Despite all that though, Pink Water Agenda still has sitting in a 3k gold lead, so definitely not out of it yet. All you really need is Baron or Elder to just like start tearing through these enemy champions.
Oh.
Or their base.
And who knows what's actually going to happen here. Everybody's kind of spread out a little bit. Blue side's a little more concentrated towards mid lane, probably wanting to... Oh, there's tier 1 towers in both bot and mid.
Good catch. Unfortunately, this Ocean Soul is actually doing quite a bit of healing. That will be the Lissandra ult out right before Elder, which is not necessarily what you want.
Ooh.
Swain.
Face checking the bush and eating zillion bombs.
Oh, but...
Oh, Mamba baited out the zillion.
Oh, there's that cage into Crowstorm. Unfortunately, Goey Daddy will not be able to do the Swain things, as this Vygar is quite strong.
That having that Ocean Soul, I know we keep going back to it, but that Ocean Soul is heavily helping them compensate for not having like a front line or somebody body blocking, because that the amount of damage that they're able to put out and just heal and keep mana regen off of it is insane.
Tilter gets the sneaky pick on Psyhero in the mid lane.
Malone's taking tier 2 bot tower. And that secures Elder for blue team. Man, we were gonna see some weird stuff happen in this game, and let me tell you, I feel like everybody just kind of went with a good, comfy pick for themselves, and I think they're definitely just, you know, having a good time and just rolling out with kind of whatever they want to do, and you can definitely tell by their gameplay. I mean, 32 and 24, blue side on kills. And oh, that gold lead's closing in too. It's within hundreds.
Yeah, those towers are where a lot of that gold lead was from, and they've gotten. Oh my lord, that is some damage from that Vygar. Can we get a stack check on the Vygar?
294.
Oh, that is not a support Vygar. That is just a second carry right there.
And now with all that damage output, again down to Elder, execute is a cakewalk at this point. But they can still make some big money moves here. Aspen with Q stun on the Zillion.
Oh, they might be trapped here Unfortunately, Azimuth is maybe getting away. That is a lot of CC though, and you're burning with that Elder. Oh, there you
Oh.
go. Shaco clone.
Rock
Sealed the
Elder.
deal. Ooh, Sahiro making the big plays, but unfortunately you do have that Zillion ult just always on cooldown. And we said they don't have any tanks, but this Zillion and even the Shaco are getting decently beefy with building health items.
Gray was trying real hard to get that baby gate on him. If so, could have dished out the damage to eliminate someone, but just day late, pixel short. You got Moen's mid lane trying to pressure, do a little bit of splitting there, trying to get that tier 1 mid tower yet. And there it is, that helps them. Oh, but Gasians aren't over the wall getting the kill on DRK. That was a heck of a move, let me tell you. Ooh, but Sahiro, Ian and ulting in and helping push it back off the tower. Gray is just 338. We ended up going almost 40 more stacks in the last 2 minutes. That's pretty
That
decent.
Vigar is 6 AP away from 1,000 miles. That is not something you want to be on the receiving end of. 2 away. Are we going to get the quadruple digit AP for the Vigar? We're waiting.
There it is, 1000 AP. That's always a satisfying feeling.
That Vigar is might just be the main damage dealer on his team as support. With how much AP he has.
Come on, Mom. Oh! Ooh, Sahiro with all the healings and RNN. Ooh.
A lot of these AP champions have Zanya's or ultimate to prevent dying, but doesn't look like it's going to help too much at this point. As they are just pelting away at these turrets. With that many AP champions, you do a lot of damage to turrets.
Oh, got 3 of them back up, 3 to 4. If Seraphine gets a really good stun in on here and Lissandra E's and ults in on it, that could be a big change in how the game is gonna flow. That's the big thing with a lot of these players too. I've seen them come from what looks like.
Ooh, good triple charm and the root from Sahiro to follow up. Good initial pick onto their Vigar. That's 1,000 AP down on your team. Great combination by DRK and Sahiro with a good cleanup by the rest of this team to get the kill onto Graham here, or Gray.
And that there had to have been a shutdown on that. I don't quite remember the gold on that, but that's a good chunk of change for whoever got that.
Yeah, and it looks like the gold lead has swapped over from 5k towards Pink Ward's advantage to 5k in their deficit.
Oh, here we go. Those are the boom shrooms I was telling you about. Sahiro touched one and took over half of their health.
Yeah, with Malignance, Leandries, that's really all you need is Teemo. To just start throwing out shrooms left and right that are going to chunk you. And with Elder Dragon about to be picked up, those shrooms may just one-shot you unless you have a lot of health. Or a stasis.
Now they do have to be careful here, because that isolation damage that Mamba could put out is real bad news bears, but Shaker comes chasing in, Gaijin's ulting over the wall, stasising.
Good damage out by Maple Mamba, but unfortunately the Zhonya's does negate some of it.
The Frozen Path support is doing a lot of work. When Lissandra gets that kill on and creates the ice model of the character that just died, that can do some damage.
Swain,
They did have tower revive, so they ain't out.
oh no.
Oh,
This Swain is tanky to anyone except for the people named Vigar. Vigar sees you stack your HP infinitely and says, I will stack my AP infinitely, and we'll see who wins. And unfortunately, this time around, Vigar is the winner. So congratulations to Choke Me in the River for their win for this Season 1, aka Quarter 1 of the Pearl Invitationals.
good games, everyone. That was very exciting to see. I liked it.
Thank you for everyone for coming out for our first invitationals of the season and of the year. We will be having 2 more in the coming next Tuesdays. So look out for that, as we have a lot of returning faces that you might have seen in previous invitationals, as well as a few new ones that'll be fun to watch. So definitely come out to see that. We can look to see if we want to grab another member, either from Choke Me in the River or Pink Ward Agenda if we want. But it looks like Choke Me in the River has all their players available. So if anyone has any questions for any of their players, we haven't heard from Moens, Gaijin, or Shrimp Wheels yet. If anyone would like to hear from them before they leave.
Would we like to bring in somebody from Pink Ward? We haven't heard from anybody from that team tonight either.
Yeah, let me see.
So John's checking to see if anybody would like to come in and interview here. But I mean, I'll tell you guys that I like that gameplay. That was some top-notch gameplay. Everybody fought really hard to the end. And so what's the news, John?
We are getting DRK and Maple Mamba for our last interview of the night.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Why? Hello.
May-
Great time getting absolutely obliterated 3 games in a row. It was great team synergy. You know, we all did it together.
I'll tell you what, though, you were pulling some moves in the jungle tonight. You were dishing damage. You were swooping in and like trying to getting steals and just discombobulating them. It was a good time to watch. I'll tell you that much.
Thank you so much.
I was gonna say, as a Kane enjoyer, seeing somebody get out of a team fight with like 2 HP and walk away unscathed always gives me the warm and fuzzies.
Yeah, Frosty would have been proud of me. I was screaming and panicking. If you play with Frosty, he screams and panics a lot. So.
Oh yeah. DRK, let me tell you, I loved that ADC Seraphine gameplay and some of the star power, or not star power, whatever your R is, you were getting like at least 3 almost on each one. You were hitting them good. And there was a lot of good CC chain commands you guys were putting together.
Yeah, we tried our best in the bot lane. I think it's just they just had so much zone control. It made it difficult, but so for them to all line up, that I tried my best to get as many in the ult. So
Yeah, that ult between you and Sahi was really fun to watch.
yeah, it was really fun to watch. I think unfortunately by that point in the game, I think we were a little bit too far behind to get enough. Like we didn't have lethal damage, unfortunately.
Yeah. But thanks for coming out. Thanks for playing. I'm glad you all got to play this season. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone next season, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next season as well. We'll see if I continue playing ADC or not. So
Well, we'll always need people in every role, except for support, of course,
yeah,
because CMSA.
But I
It
would
is-
like to say to both you guys as well too, and to anybody and everybody who did participate in tonight. You know, you guys got picked for a reason. You're a good time. You know, you're here for a reason. So take that back with you. You know, you got voted in because you're a good time. You love having fun, and you know, you got skills. And I've, for one, definitely seen that from everybody tonight. So I appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys being you, and you know, yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
And pretty cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And so humble, right?
Yeah, it's so humble. Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for joining,
No,
everybody.
It was a long list of jungles to vote from, and obviously I was the most popular one. So thank you very much.
All right. Well, it looks like we'll be closing out stream now. We will see you guys.
Oh, no, keep going, sorry.
Oh, we'll see you guys next week for Ruby.
Deuces.